All right. So they ask, why is it that the wrong is strong? Well, they're sneaky, they're non-negotiable, they're merciless, they thrive off of other people's pain. Those are some of the reasons why the wrong appear to be strong. They also use the good words from the good book against you to disarm your fight. And good is the total opposite. All right, we have mercy, we have compassion, we have empathy. We are negotiable because we want to make sure that we're doing right for ourselves and for others. So here's what would throw us off, the good people. And here's why the good people appear to be weak. We also use the words from the good book, thou shalt not judge. Remember, people say it all the time. Don't judge, don't judge. You shouldn't judge people. All right, the word judging a person, again, just basically means that you're judging their character. It doesn't mean that you're issuing any type of, any type of sentence. You're not making a person pay for anything. You're actually judging and observing their character. And because you don't like to judge, because the good book says don't judge, you don't do enough observing, nor do you keep a list of what the opposer is doing. And if you don't judge, you don't have a list of what they're doing, how can you combat anything that they do? Right? So even when the good fight, your fight is not strong enough because it's based off of just being good versus what you have judged of the opposer's character. So I had to do this little snippet just to say, don't let the good book make you a victim. Use it as a guideline, but make sure you are not being a victim or victimized. All right? Okay. Peace. Peace, people. It's me, Arlene J. Ramsey, CEO and founder of Everyone Let's Talk. Also your favorite self-wealth mentor. So the talk is, the wrong and strong triumphs the right and weak every time. So I ask, why is that? I also ask, why is the right associated with being weak? And have you ever thought that the right was associated or is associated with being weak? Have you ever thought about that? Now let me throw a couple of things out there. Now, I understand why the right is associated with being weak. And it's because too many of you pray to the good Lord. Oh, the good Lord says, vengeance is mine. This person is so evil. This person is so wretched. Oh, I pray to the Lord and they're going to pay for their sins. You wait and see. They'll pay for their sins. God don't like ugly. That's the most favored one, right? God don't like ugly. You do so much quoting of the good book, but you fail to realize that the good book also says that there's eye for an eye. It also says that you have free will. And the good book also, this is the subliminal message, the good book also programs you to sit back and take unjust treatment. And that's exactly what you do. Now, you're programmed and you're under the hypnosis of that subliminal message. But the wrong and strong is not. Because a lot of them use the very same words, quote the very same words of the Bible, and knowing fully well that they are not living by those words. Now, how many of you know people who quote words from the good book, but they're just as wretched as they could be? How many of you know that? A couple of you know very well, right? So let me help you out here. For the wrong and strong who quotes the words of the good Bible but do opposite, you need to hold them accountable. Okay, this is not about talk. All right, this is not about talk. Now, before I get into that, let me just throw something at you. I'm not either wrong or strong or right and weak. I'm right and strong. That means that any wrong and strong that come against me is not going to win. I am not associating myself with being weak. Because when I pray to the good Lord, now I'm telling you how to combat that ridiculous mindset and how to combat the wrong and strong from coming after you and winning every time. I am not sitting back and waiting for anybody to pay for their sins. Let me just get this out there right now and right here. Okay? And I need you to get that. You have one life to live, and so does the wrong and strong. I always say that this is a spiritual warfare. It has been since the beginning of time, and it will always be a spiritual warfare. All right? Some of us don't recognize it as such, because by the time it gets to be the warfare, it is in physical form. But do believe that it started with the spirit first. It started with that person's heart, with that person's vision, with that person's thought process, with that person's mind. That's all spirit. And however that person think, and however that person's spirit is, it dictates their actions. All right? So let me tell you, or how can I say help you, to be right and strong. You need to hold these people accountable for their words. This is not a talking game. This is an action game. So since you're talking it, you have to be it as well. And if you're coming against a problem because they don't want to be it, then recognize that as game. Because many of the wrong and strong use the words of the good book to throw you off your game. They disarm you. So when they quote words of the Bible, because they know you're a good person and you want to be good, guess what? It disarms you. You're no longer a samurai. Because now you're going to get into the mindset of saying, you know what? I'm going to leave it all up to the good Lord. No. You know what you leave up to the good Lord? Your strength and strategy. You ask the good Lord to provide you with the strength. Lord, and that's what I do. Sometimes I don't know how I'm going to get it, but one thing I do know is I'm not losing and I'm not weak. So when I'm coming up against certain battles, I go straight to the good Lord. Lord, please, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but please help me with my strategy and help me with the strength to defeat that, because I'm not lying down and taking that. And the reason why I'm not taking it is because I didn't do anything to deserve it. So since I didn't do anything to deserve it, they got a hard fight on their hand. And I'm asking the good Lord to supply me with the strength. And guess what? Up to now, the good Lord has been backing me. So I say that to say the good Lord is going to back you every time you ask for strength and you ask for wisdom and strategy. You will be backed. You will be supported by the good Lord. And you will find that strength to combat the wrong and strong. But if you continue to pray to your sky daddy, and if you continue to say we'll leave this in the Lord's hand, pray and do nothing about it, that's what will happen. Absolutely nothing. And you'll continue to look like a joke and be a joke to the wrong and strong, and they'll continue to win. Okay? Now, again, how many of you seen the wrong and strong pay for their sins? Because those are some of the things you talk about too. Oh, they'll pay for it. Again, God don't like ugly. How many times have you seen people who were wrong and strong pay for their sins? And if they do suffer the last 2 years of their life here on earth, it's the last 2 years of their life. Does it really measure up for all the years of pain and suffering that they have caused? Some people done passed on and left and never got to see a person pay for their sins. And of course, this is not about being wicked, and it's not about making people pay for their sins. That's not the level I'm on. The level I'm on is making sure that you're not defeated by somebody who's a bully. That's like a bully. Why should you be bullied in this world? Did you deserve, or do you deserve to be bullied? So if you've done nothing to deserve for someone to, how can I say, demolish you, why should you sit back and take it? Or defeat you, why should you take defeat? Why should you be defeated? Why should you not fight? Just something to think about. But focus on being right and strong, not right and weak. We have to, remove that thought process from their mindset. Okay, I hope you guys picked up on this picked up a few things on this recording. I'll definitely have some more for you coming soon. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, peace.